What's up, guys? As you can see, I got my headset on, and this headset is just a gamer's headset that I use. I like the cord that goes up to my cell phone and the microphone and stuff. Some videos it sounds like I'm breathing heavy, like I'm a prank phone caller on the phone. It's because I had this microphone too close. So it's like so. Anyway, if I move it out here, it's all good. You know, it's a lot better than you hearing all the ruckus on the inside of my tow vehicle. So, the reason for this video is today is a pep talk, because you know everybody needs a pep talk, and the point of the thing is yesterday I went through an orientation class for a new company I started for, and I'm not gonna mention the name because I stopped doing that. But it's a smaller company, I'll tell you that. And it seems like an okay company, but their load list isn't very long. I was disappointed on that when I got hooked up on the load board, but it's kind of a bummer. But I tell you what, I want to start with you don't know it all. I don't know it all. Nobody knows it all. And you need to be open to learn new things when you do drive away. And one of the things that you need to be open to learn is a better way to do your job. So I'm always open. I'm flying right now. I'm always open to learn a better way to do my job more efficiently, quicker, better, everything. So I'm passing through the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri today, near Camdenton. I know I didn't say it correctly, but anyway, one of the things that you need to be open to learn about is the DOT requirements, because a lot of times a lot of those requirements change every year. Log books, what they're looking at this year, you know, they might be inspecting more brakes this year. They might be looking at the slack adjusters to see if, you know, they're this long instead of this long, you know, when they extend out, stuff like that. And another thing I learned just yesterday, all right, from going through orientation, I didn't know it. I mean, I'll be honest and tell you straight up, I didn't know it. If you get pulled over by the police and they write you a warning, it goes on your MVR. You might as well go ahead and take a ticket. So, alright, hold. I gotta do something here. Alright, I'm back. I had to put my phone on charge. It dropped to 15%. But anyway, I learned that about those tickets yesterday. So, might as well go ahead and take a damn ticket. And I don't know if you could tell the cop just to go ahead and give you a ticket, or if you just have to go down the rabbit hole of being a jerk to them. I don't know what you gotta do. But a warning is worse than a ticket, because you can't fight a warning. And, you know, I didn't really know that. So, you know, I'm always open to learn something new. And another thing is when you're trying to get on with these companies, ask a bunch of questions. And then during orientation, don't be the person that asks a million questions and interrupt them. Oh, that's frustrating when you're trying to go through orientation and then there's somebody just blah blah blah. What if? And then what about? That type stuff is so frustrating. When they stop at the end of a section and say, "Hey, does anybody have any questions?" Ask a couple of questions. You know, make a list in your head and ask the most important ones off that list. Don't drive everybody nuts. And if you do video conferencing, like a lot of companies is doing nowadays, be sure you have your whatever you got, laptop or whatever, charged, and be sure you have a good audio connection. I mean, I don't know what you gotta do, but get her done. Because yesterday that was very frustrating. There was a lady going through an orientation. She had static and all this ruckus going on. About drove me nuts. And another thing that I didn't do before I got signed on with this new company is find out how many dispatchers they have. I didn't do it. I didn't even think about it. Find out how many dispatchers they have, and you could judge how large the company is. Because from their website, man, I tell you, they could have been the biggest company in the world from their website. I mean, their website was just phenomenal. But they only had X amount of dispatchers. I mean, more than 3, less than 15. That's what I'll tell you. All right? So, that was another thing that I failed to ask. But, I don't know. Maybe they'll be the best. Maybe they'll be the worst. I don't know. I haven't worked for them yet because I haven't received my legals. And what else? Let's see. Back to tires. Man, tires are like my biggest downfall the last month. So I was running Walmart tires, all 5 tires, basically within 2 months started needing to be changed out. I got behind on my tire care, and I switched from a Walmart tire to a tire shop tire, which is a better grade of tire. So stay on top of those tires. Oil changes. Oil changes. What I do, you can do whatever you want to do, but this is what I do. I go and purchase a Napa Auto Parts oil filter. It's the Napa Gold oil filter. It's about $10 for an oil filter, and I feel that they're the best oil filter. You could get on YouTube, research oil filters all day long, whatever. You're going to come up with Wix and Napa. I think Napa's better than Wix because I saw the inside filament of the oil filter. They literally cut the oil filters open at this one auto parts store, and I checked them out, and I just like the Napa Auto Parts oil filter better than the Wix. So that's my thing. And what I do, I take the oil filter to the place where I change my oil. I know there's some places they're called Pennzoil, some Jiffy Lube, and some mom and pop oil change joint. So I don't particularly go to a Walmart to get my oil changed because I can't trust them to do the right thing. I'm not going to talk down on them, but it is what it is. So I take that oil filter there and I tell them numerous times, I brought my own oil filter. Don't charge me for an oil filter. Coffee, I'm belching. Typically they will discount $4, $5 for an oil filter, and they'll knock that off the price. And then once you get hooked up with a place that changes your oil a lot of times they'll send you a brochure or a flyer or whatever through the mail, and then it'll give you a 10% discount or $7 off, $9 off, $10 off on a rotation of tires, stuff like that. So that's what I do with my oil changes. All right, let's roll on down the list. I don't have a list. I don't write this stuff down. Anyway, air conditioning. All of my air conditioning is out on all my tow vehicles. Very hot, Jack. So I got to get that fixed. I'm behind on that. So I get behind. I got so many arms in the fire, I get behind, and then it gets pushed off. So I got to get that done. If I require any parts, I'm going to buy all of my parts from Rock Auto. If you've never bought anything from Rock Auto and you have a chance to wait about a week to get your stuff, uh, that's the way to go. I mean, that's the way I go. So if I need something like ASAP, I'll go to O'Reilly's. I call it O'Reilly's. So anyway, I go to O'Reilly's and get my stuff if I need it lickety split. And typically I don't go to AutoZone, but in a pinch I will go to an AutoZone. Napa Auto Parts typically has the weird stuff, like for instance a 500 series 1965 Ford truck. They'll have parts for that. I mean, weird stuff like springs for brakes. They don't even make the brakes no more. So they'll have the weird stuff at Napa Auto Parts, but you're going to pay just a hair bit more for it, and they may have to order it. So there's another wait. And then if it's the typical stuff, back to Rock Auto. And let me tell you about Rock Auto. They have never made a mistake. And when I go to an auto parts store, they make a mistake, that's going to cost me money. I mean, I'm going to have to drive back. I'm going to have to jack around with them. And then that pisses me off because they're idiots a lot of times I have to deal with. Anyway, Rock Auto's never made a mistake, but I will say I've made a mistake. I ordered the wrong headlight bulbs. I ordered some, I don't know what. They didn't work on my vehicle, but it was totally my fault. I ordered the wrong stuff. So I can't say that it was Rock Auto's fault, but I will say I've ordered from Rock Auto about, damn dude, about I'd say about under 30 times, but over 25. Somewhere in there is how many times I've ordered from Rock Auto, and they've never had a mistake. Now, sometimes if you order 4 things, man, you'll get it shipped to you 4 different ways. I know that sounds strange, but it'll come from, I guess, 3 or 4 distribution centers. I don't know. That's how it comes. And I don't know how they make any money because all their shipping and stuff, it's like they're shipping it from 4 different places. I know you pay for the shipping, but damn, it's coming from 4 different places. I don't know how I don't know how it works, but nevertheless, that's how it goes typically with me. All right, so wiper blades. Like if you buy wiper blades from Rock Auto, I give like $2.50 a piece for wiper blades. I might end up, if I need 3 wiper blades, I might get 3 different kinds of wiper blades. I don't care as long as it gets the moisture off the window and it's flat and doesn't do the. I'm good. So but also you will screw up doing drive-away. It may be small, it may be large, it may be catastrophic, but you will screw up. So, just count on it. And then anytime you do anything repetitious, double check your work. I mean, go back through, even though, man, you've done it 100 times, plugging the wire harness into the back of the cab of the sleeper. Before you get in that truck, go ahead and double check that you did it right, that your wire's not over here when it should be over there. And check your chains. I mean, check all your shit. And then also on your fuel, a trick, it's not really a trick. It's common sense. So measuring your fuel is crucial when you do drive away. So a lot of times, depending on the truck, here's what I do. I go through, I stick the tanks. I stick all the tanks. Well, there's only 2. So I stick the tanks, man, the pair of tanks. All right, so stick the tank. All right, I'll come up with, for an example, 6 inches on the driver's side, 5.5 on the passenger. All right, so then I'll roll for about an hour, typically I got pee in an hour anyway. I don't know why. Maybe it's my old man. It's my old man age. I don't know. So stick the tank. All right, in an hour, I'll pull over. I'll stick the tank again. All right, now I know, hey, I'm using a 1/2 inch per hour. All right, so now, instead of 5.5 on the right, I'm 5. And on the left, holy crap, I'm 5. How'd that happen? So now I know, you know, what is going on with the fuel. If the talking with my hands, with the fuel, and I know that the rate of usage for the fuel. So I got kind of like an idea. So I mean, you could go by a scale that says 20 or 50-gallon tank, 8 inches. I take you this far. You can go by that, but I move a lot of used trucks, and some of them are crap. And check engine lights on, kind of like my Honda right now. And the thing is not running right. Who knows? I don't know what the scenario is, but things happen. It uses more or less. I don't know. So I stick the tank first thing. And then I've had the tank say, hey, you got a quarter tank, but then I stick the tank and it says I got 3.5 inches. And then it said that I'm empty. I stick the tank, man, I got 10 inches. So that's what I'm saying. Always stick your tank. I know a lot of y'all are probably already doing that, but I'm just saying, Jack. I'm all pumped up. See, I've been pounding coffee all morning long. Here in about an hour, I'll be able to piss all the way over this Honda. But that's pretty much all I wanted to get out there today. And just, man. Oh, another thing. Hey, whatever you do, if you're watching the news about everything that's going on, I'm not going to jump down the rabbit hole, but hey, if you're watching the news about everything that's going on in the world today, man, don't let that get you down. Just hang in there. Keep your head up. I can't say ignore what you see, but be able to discern the difference between good and evil. That's my tip of the day, Jack. So y'all get out there and make some damn money.